It all started with the 8 of us, and our common appreciation for cinema and emotion-filled images.
To provide the settings for our legend, which is based on the universal myth of the phoenix, we took inspiration from the Himalayan mountains.
Once we found the perfect location for the shoot, in the hamlet of Bardoux, our journey began.
We started to organize our shooting by creating detailed strip board and call sheets. For post-production, we set up weekly meetings on shot grid. The light in the first sequence came up too flat, so we added depths using Midas, an AI tool that estimates depth maps. To recreate details from the chaos in the village, we used stock shots as well as Martin's FX.
This compositing work allowed us to enhance the dramatic and fantastic aspects of our film. To facilitate the later integration of CGI in our shots, we used dynamic lighting on our actress to fake the nearby fire and used the fan to create movement in her hair. We also took reference photos, HDRIs, and LiDAR scans of the actors in sets, which turned out to be very useful later.
We filmed certain shots with anamorphic lenses to give a more cinematographic aspect, which impacted the overall final look.
The village of Bardoux was the perfect location. However, we still needed to fit it in our fantasy universe.
French mountains don't really look like the Himalayan mountains, so we had to create our own with a mix of Gaia, Houdini, and DMP.
We created typical modest architecture from scratch in 3D, using Maya and adding details in ZBrush. We drew inspiration from Bardoux and Central Asian references for the village.
To add efficiency, we created various setups of masks that could be used in multiple shots to drive our scatters and textures.
When the echo of thy ancient bon show resonates in the valley, it reawakens the soul of Tummo.
To create Tummo's anatomy, we took inspiration from various real-life references of birds and reptiles. And then, we sculpted the scales in ZBrush and Mari. Because The Ashes of Tummo is a live-action film, we wanted our creatures' look dev to come out as realistic as possible in Arnold.
In Tummo's flying shots, we made his large wings react to the wind with the help of a vellum solver in Houdini. We wanted his bird face to be expressive and to convey emotions without being too anthropomorphic.
To animate Tummo, we had to keep in mind our creature's reaction with the actress, the animal and anthropomorphic references, as well as his massive weight and size.
Fire was essential to underline Tummo's power. His wide wings blaze realistically and the flames follow his movements thanks to velocity fields. The flames running through his flesh were procedurally created to simulate additional noise to the weight emission maps.
And thus, one can still sometimes feel the warmth of Tummo's flames, even on the grayest of days.